What's up, guys? It's your boy Pickle Rick here, back with another legit How to Be Hispanic review. Today, guys, we are going to be doing a tier list, which are pretty popular these days on YouTube. I don't know if you've seen iDubbbz did a tier list for fast food reviews. Well, I think one thing I haven't seen that I think is very important that we find out who the best was is a Bionicle tier review. For those that don't remember, I'm going to give a brief recap of the Bionicles lore up to this point. Basically what happened was, a long time ago, there was a race of biomechanical creatures that lived on this big ass planet, and a small group of them found a dream-eating monster, and their creativity let them reverse her telepathy and become super smart. Then they became the ruling class, but because they were jerking around doing science while there was this war going on simultaneously, the planet then split into three, and there was an ocean planet, a desert planet, and a jungle planet. So what did they do? Well, of course they built a giant robot, but it sucked. So then they built a bigger giant robot called Mata Nui and filled it with these biomechanical robots around their size that they called Matorans, guarded in turn by Toa and lots of other various species within their loose roles. The 6 original Toa, these are the Toa Mata, were placed in Mata Nui as part of this ludicrously elaborate backup plan in which they were trying to prevent anything from going to shit, but this was like a backup plan kind of. So these other Toa would arise from these ranks of the Matorian when gifted this power of what they call the Toa Stone. So the robot went away into space to study planets and continue the creator's grand tradition of doing science and screwing around, while Mata Nui himself created the Makuta, who in turn created their own biomechanical fauna, but a power-hungry Makuta named Pterodax, also simply called Makuta, caused Mata Nui to blue screen and then crash onto the ocean planet. And at this point in time, a bunch of Matorian fled to an island on this planet, which is where the story picks up with the Toa Mata washing up on these beaches, and they had amnesia, they didn't know what was going on. So the Matorian have been calling this island Mata Nui, having forgotten their previous region, and attribute almost everything to magic. After many trials, facing mind control fauna named Rahi, Mata Nui's living antibodies, which is Borak, and Pterodax's custom-made warriors, which would be Rakeshi, the Toa Mata and the new Toa of Light ultimately destroy Pterodax's body and set off a new generation of Toa to reawaken the dying Mata Nui using the Mask of Light, fighting pirates, ocean dwellers, other Makuta along the way, but Pterodax's disembodied spirit cackles just as planned, and he then takes over Mata Nui's body, trapping his spirit in the mask and shooting it off into space. Mata Nui lands on the desert planet and makes a new, normal-sized body for himself. He unites the people of the planet together, and they find the original giant robot from earlier that was screwing around with science and all that, and then Mata Nui uses that body to fight Pterodax when he comes to the planet, which also sets into motion the reunification of the 3 fragments of the planet. Thanks to Tao of the Toa Mata getting an upgrade left behind by this super smart person at the beginning of the story, Pterodax is defeated, but Mata Nui dies in the process and ends up fixing the planet with the Mask of Light. So the Matora and the Toa, the natives of the desert planet, everybody else kind of agrees to live in harmony, and they endeavor to find their creators to pass on Mata Nui's vital message of basically time is short. So that's a brief summary for those of you that don't remember the story. You probably should catch up on it. It's a fascinating story, full of all sorts of great messages. So now we're going to do the tier list of which are the best Bionicles in the lore. Okay, guys, so here we have our tier list. So these are all of the good guys within the Bionicles universe. So we're going to start, obviously, we have to start with Green Mcjiblets, and he was definitely a good character. He was one of the original trios within the Bionicles universe, so he is probably going to be a B tier character. Next up, we've got Gringo Mcjiblets, another one of the original 6 Toa heroes. So he's probably going to be at the same tier level as his buddy, whose name I can't remember. Next up, we've got this guy who looks like a bodybuilder. So he, because he was on steroids, is going to be in C tier, definitely. Here we have, this guy's like, what would you say, the face of the franchise probably, so he's definitely in D tier. He's a shit character for sure. Next up, we've got Bilbo Baggins. It's just like the weightlifter guy, he's really kind of a shitty character. Next up, we've got the Brown Lightning, another shit tier character for sure. This is details on how to get Iceman on your license plate by Don Caballero. For sure one of the better characters in the series, but not quite a top tier character, so we'll put him in A. Next up, we've got Black Betty, the first female character in the series, so that's definitely going to give her a higher rating than some of the other guys, but she's still not going to be above a B tier character. Next up, we have the Iceman Cometh. This was supposed to be a replacement character due to a contracting dispute with the other Iceman character. Because you can't obviously replace him, he's definitely going to be a tier below, but he's not quite a shit tier character, so he'll be in B. Next up, we've got the Green Goblin. This was when he was hot off of the heels of his appearance in the recent Batman franchise. So this was definitely the start of the descent of his career, so he's definitely a C tier character. Let's just put all the green characters, quite frankly, in here. Mostly because I don't think marijuana should be legalized, because I think it messes with your brain, and therefore all the green characters. Oh wait, shit, I actually remember having this guy. Okay, we'll move him up because I remember having this one when I was a young one. But all the other green characters are green because kale, it tastes bad now. I used to like kale, but it's no good anymore. Purple, this guy's also a shit tier character for sure. This guy, I don't know, I guess we'll put all these guys here. This is another shit tier character for sure. This guy, I feel like I won this guy in a Happy Meal, so we'll put him up here with the characters that I like vaguely remember. This guy's got like Velociraptor hands, that's pretty cool. This one is Mcjiblets. He's definitely an S tier character. This was actually, interestingly enough, the first gay and lesbian Bionicle character, so for kind of really pushing the series to a more progressive viewpoint, I think we'll put him in at least the B tier, or her in at least the B tier. This guy I also vaguely remember having, so we'll put him in A tier, even though that's not where the other guys went. Next up, we've got this guy. This guy's name is Hookshot. He was actually the inspiration for Roadhog in Overwatch, so we'll put him in the A tier. Next up, we've got the red Captain America character, so he'll be in B tier. We've got the water boatman, which there are those guys that you can skim on the water because of surface tension or some like property like that. This guy was, I think, in Yu-Gi-Oh, but they basically just stole the design and put him there. This is the TIE Fighter from Star Wars, another shit tier character. And that's it, guys. So that's my tier list. You can go to tiermaker.com if you want to make your own. Let me know what you guys think about my tier list and how you'd rank them. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my merch. I actually have some new Bionicle merch in the store. And keep it real. Okay,